Hi everybody, and welcome back to Coblentz Builders, where we take your dreams and turn them into reality. In today's video, we're back in Portersville, Pennsylvania. We're working on the commercial 40 by 80 building, and we're going to be starting with the metal and on the mezzanine today. I'm going to turn it over to Sean. Come check it out.
Welcome back everybody. Sean from Coblentz Builders here, and we're back in video number 5 of our commercial build down in Portersville, Pennsylvania. To start this video off, as you can see, we are receiving a supply delivery, and these are some of the most important supplies that we get. There's some foam board insulation for a little bit later on, and most importantly, our metal has arrived. Now that supplies are here, we've got to do something with it. So we get one of our guys into our trusty Bobcat skid steer and we start unloading the materials. We're lucky enough that the roof is on and done, as you've seen in past videos, so a lot of these materials, once they start showing up, can be stored inside the building, out of the weather. This foam board insulation that we're unloading here is actually going to be used in the breezeway. Again, this is a multifaceted build where we have a mezzanine on the inside that we're going to see some video of later. And we've got a breezeway connecting this new build with an existing building. Next off of the delivery truck are the trim pieces. So we've got the garage door openings, we've got some corners, we've got some fascia metal in there. All of that needs to come off before we can get down to the nitty-gritty, the side metal. Our esteemed cut guy / bobcat operator is removing that metal now, and we've got various lengths depending on where it goes on the building. And on that same truck you see there's some 2x6 lumber underneath there also. So it was a big day where we received lots of materials. Not terribly long after that metal arrives and gets unloaded, it's time to start putting it on the building. So we started attaching the metal on what I'm going to call the back side of the building, between the building and the fence, and you'll see in some of these shots there's not a ton of room to work, but there are no windows and no doors on the back side, so there's our full-length pieces of metal going up all the way across the back. They're long, they're heavy, they're awkward, but it actually goes pretty quick because, again, there's no doors and no windows that we have to cut around. How long, you might ask? Well, don't forget, just as a reminder, this is a 40 by 80 by 16 foot high building. So again, those are some pretty long pieces of metal that are pretty awkward to deal with. Plus you've got the weather. Sometimes we had sun, sometimes we had snow, but it seemed like all the time we had wind. Here we see that we've got a couple of our crew members that are teaming up to get that metal put on the back. And in the next time lapse, you'll notice that the rat guard has already been installed, and that not only blocks rats or critters from getting up into the ridges of the metal, but it gives the metal something to sit on. The rat guard are those thin pieces of white metal you see being laid on the ground back there, and they get put down on the bottom just before we put the metal up. Hold on tight, because now we're going inside the building to work on the 10 foot wide by 40 foot long mezzanine. What's a mezzanine, you ask? Well, it's an intermediate elevated floor that sits between the two main stories. And although our building is only one story, basically, because it's a post-frame garage, we have the mezzanine, but the building we're attaching to actually has 2 floors. To start building the structure, we start with digging the post holes. Again, we're inside the building, so that's a little bit of a unique feature, not something we're used to. And we're just putting in treated 6x6 posts. Most of our regular viewers of these videos are pretty aware of this process and pretty familiar with it, but it's still some pretty cool footage to watch, let's be honest. going to move from cleaning out the bottom of that first hole to where you can see the area between the two buildings, the breezeway that we're going to have to construct. And it will be 2 floors also, but this is our first look at it. We've got a little bit of work to do with those existing cement blocks also. That will come in a later video. First post hole dug. First post is put down into the hole. And here our foreman is squaring up that post. He's going to be the guy that does most, well, all of the work actually on building this mezzanine because we had metal going up outside the building at the same time. So here's a nice close-up of our foreman using our laser transit to mark a laser line. So that's going to give us a level line to work off of. And on a lot of our other jobs, this is a hard shot for me to get just because of the nature of the work. So this was a nice close-up shot where you can see the equipment actually in action. You can kind of see how the receiver finds the laser and how it gives him the line that he needs to mark. He goes ahead and he marks that line with his pencil on the post, and then we confirm it with the actual transit laser line, and look at that, right on the money. By looking at those pencil marks, you would almost think that our foreman has done this a time or two, which of course he has. I'm just giving him a hard time without him even knowing. From those lines he measures up, he pulls out his trusty speed square and he marks the post on all 4 sides. He grabs that Milwaukee skill saw. He goes ahead and gets a hold of the top of the post, and here we see a slow motion view of that patented Coblentz twist top maneuver for the posts. As he works his way down the line to each post, we repeat that procedure. He stops and checks the post, makes sure that it's level on all sides, marks the 4 corners of the posts, cuts and removes the tops, and we move on about our day. Here he's just using his hammer to pound into what he likes to call a little bit of a nubbin left when you twist that top off. This is your first look at what's going to be a triple header for that mezzanine. So we're using a little bit shorter width so that we can provide more headroom underneath the mezzanine. So we're going to use 3 of these boards that are going to get attached, and that will be your triple header. Here we get a look at them adding the second piece, the second 2x8 to our triple header, and firing away with that trusty Milwaukee nail gun. Here's a look at them toe-nailing 2 2x8s together on that first row, the first piece of the triple header. And a sped up view of him again toe-nailing, but this time on the end post. Here he is getting measurements for the last piece on that inside end. Meanwhile, here is that center piece on the inside that you didn't see before, but again, we have those seams offset to provide rigidity. Once they're all tacked together using the nailer, we go back and secure them more permanently using ledger locks, and there's a good shot of our Milwaukee impact driver sending that ledger lock home. Back at it with the Milwaukee circular saw cutting that last piece, and I do apologize that some of these sections are a little bit out of order, but I trust you guys. You get the idea. Here's a good shot from underneath showing the 3 2x8s that were all nailed and ledger locked together to create that header. Just to confirm that we're not feeding you a bunch of malarkey, we're telling you the truth. When things need to get done, Coblentz Builders make sure they get done right. Here's a time lapse on those posts that ends up with the headers going up, but also on the right hand side of the screen you'll see there's house wrap going up along the front of the building because, like I said, at the same time metal was going up on the outside. This is a shot of a chalk line getting snapped on the inside back wall of the building, and in the next couple of scenes you're going to see what that chalk line is for. This is a great shot to explain the type of lumber that this is. This particular board is called an LVL board, and that stands for laminated veneer lumber. That's pretty self-explanatory. So now they're lining it up against that chalk line against the back inside wall, and that is what we like to call at Coblentz Builders a ledger board. Here's an up-the-post view of that LVL board getting attached to the posts, and you can see, as I had my phone/camera right against the post, what kind of force is used when that gun fires. And once again, after that LVL ledger board is tacked in place using the Milwaukee nailer, we come back in with our impact driver and ledger locks to secure the attachment. That's going to be it from the inside/mezzanine portion of this building, so let's head on outside and see what the crew's got going on out there. Here's a couple of time-lapse videos for you as the metal goes on the front of the building. We've got house wrap that goes up just before the metal gets applied, and don't worry, there'll be some closer shots as we get close to the portion that's just on top of the garage door openings. Like I said, closer shots. So you see we've got the garage door trim up around the garage doors, and also we've got the J&F channel up top when the soffit was installed. So it's literally just taking measurements, getting each piece of metal, sliding it in, sliding them over, and screwing them into place. Here, one of the guys is using what's called a cat's paw to help get that ridge over the overlap ridge and into place. The second piece over this particular garage door opening, more of the same. Here's another time lapse just to get the process moved along. And coming up next, you'll see that we'll be getting those smaller pieces of metal put up above the third and final garage door opening. Boy, that Milwaukee impact driver doesn't even think twice about sending those metal screws home, does he? Another time lapse kind of focused on the center portion of the metal going up, and you're getting so many time lapse videos from me right here because I was actually inside recording the mezzanine header process. So one guy can't be in two places, but with the help of a time lapse camera he sure can. This last time lapse is going to button up this week's video. Make sure you come back for our next one where we're going to be dealing with that space between our post frame garage and the existing building, and those pesky cement blocks I was telling you about, we're going to deal with those also. Make sure you head over to our main channel, get caught up on all the videos that you may have missed. Be sure to like and subscribe while you're over there, and make sure you come back for the following videos. There are going to be plenty of videos on this commercial build. Thanks, everybody.
If you are in the northwestern Pennsylvania or eastern Ohio area and are interested in us building your building and being featured on one of our next videos, then call me, Robert, at 814-572-5241, and I'd be happy to talk to you.